I just muted myself. Today is day Wednesday the 2nd. So let me, I just barely got into I'm glad you found me. I was going to post it in the in Facebook group. I had to go get my dogs because they were like, we're not staying in the hallway today. Why everybody else gets to be out and around, and Daddy's gone and we don't have anybody to hang out with. So they like sitting in the kitchen. I have this huge rug, like sitting in there when, you know, when I'm busy doing my stuff and Brandon's gone. And Frankie's finds. Morning, Beth. Good morning, Grandma Magic Classics. And oh, here, there's Nikki. Hi, Nikki.
Morning.
Morning. I haven't even to chat yet. Excuse me. Yeah. Morning, Angela. Valorie is doing her memorial for Mike today, so she's got to cook her chicken enchiladas and her and so that she can have food to take. And she's going to a thrift store before she does that. She goes over there. So okay, my sound's down a little bit, so hopefully that's better. Okay, Nikki?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're perfect.
No, but YouTube wouldn't let me make the thing for a few minutes, and then after I got done doing all that, I'm like, dang, I need a cigarette now. And then my dogs were like at me and telling me they weren't going to stay in the hallway while I was busy, so I had to get them out because they would have been just a nuisance all day today.
Yeah.
How are you doing today?
Good, good.
Good. Sounds like you're...
lounging.
Huh?
Just kind of lounging today.
Yeah, it's rainy here. Raining over there?
No, it rained last night.
Oh. Dang it.
Hey. In the 60s.
Yeah. It's cooled way down, and I don't even know what the hell I'm doing over here. I posted the stupid link to like our link instead of the YouTube link.
Whoops. We might get some unwanteds in here.
I know. Well, no, not really, because it would be anybody that's in our group, but
yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. Trying to do too many things at once. That's what it is. Last night, so I'm a little tired too, but I got today and tomorrow off, so I'll be good. Do you have any sales overnight, Nikki?
No.
Valorie said that she sold 5 things yesterday.
Nice. Well, she's been listing though. Been really hitting the listings hard, hasn't she?
Oh yeah, yeah. Really trying to sell them.
I don't care what anybody says. I've always said it for like the last 4 or 5 years. Listing is what does it.
Definitely. All those pants the other day that I had bought at that churchyard sale for 50 cents a piece, and I sold 2 pairs of them last night for $35. So
how
be about that.
How much did you pay for them? What'd you pay for them?
50 cents each.
Nice.
I was really happy about it.
Way to go.
Thank you.
I commented on Scott Zilke's video yesterday. He had a video about broadening your horizons and stuff or whatever. Think outside the box kind of thing, you know.
Right.
And he was talking about when he went to Michigan and the fines that he got in Michigan and blah, blah, blah. Well, I meant to put way to go on your fines, but my autocorrect changed it to what the hell on your fines. I saw that this morning. I was like, because he replied, I'm going to make a video or something on my fines. He probably thought, where the hell are your fines?
Right.
What I wrote. Yeah. Like, oops. I replied, I said, oops, that was supposed to say way to go.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing he knows me and he knows that, you know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, somebody might have been like, what the hell is she talking about? I see there's some big black clouds in the sky, but it hasn't rained yet today. And it's cloudy, so I'm hoping to get some work done today.
Right.
It's so nice. Cool. Supposed to have like a high of 66.
Magic Classic said that she sold 7 things yesterday.
Nice one. Way to go.
It's awesome. Valerie.
Hi, Valerie.
Valerie's in the chat.
Go on your sales, Valerie. You know, when you're making sales like that, it just drives you to do more too. You know, it gets me pumped up. And when I hear about other people making good sales too, it kind of pumps me up too.
Yeah, I love hearing that.
I do too.
You know, I think whenever, you know, we get into this, we kind of think that there's a lot of what do you call it? There's not. Really, unless you sell something that's really just very obscure and hard to find, but you know, encroaches on that. Sorry, Jason. Jason says about time. I sent the link. So, and
The important people are here.
Jason, the stuff that Jason sells, if sell that same stuff that he's selling, and it was just him and the other guy, then maybe it might be a little competition, especially if the other one every time or whatever. But really, there's no competition. I have found that has nothing to do with I have no worries about that.
Yeah. No, I don't worry about competition.
It's more about camaraderie and raising each other up. I think anyways. I think we do more of that than anything else as far as, working with each other. Just a second. My son wants to talk to me.
Okay. Sorry. I had to change over from my phone.
Yeah, I'm talking to my son real quick.
I'm talking to my son real quick. That's fine.
Oh, I have an echo.
I have an echo. We have an echo?
Bad.
Is that better?
Yes, much better.
Yes, much better. Nope. Let me try.
No, Valorie, it's the other way around. Me a million times. The other day when the mouse tried to get me. I was gone the other day. I didn't know what I was gonna do with myself. Yeah, and then I thought that there was side because I wanted to I have these wolf themed pictures. That's better, Nikki. And so I wanted to put those on the that one site that I downloaded, the selling app. OfferUp. I wanted to put those on OfferUp. So there's this. I have these bags that I get from work, and they're plastic. They're clear plastic bags, and they're not like trash bags, but they're kind of like trash bags. They cover the donut rack. And so whenever they're done with them, they just throw them away. So I collect them, whenever I'm there and everything. I'm like, okay, I'll take that home or whatever. And so to carry my cans, I use them for trash because they would rip right through or whatever. But I use them for other things. I use them to cover my box whenever I have my box sitting out for the post office, the postman to come get them. My packages and stuff, I cover it if it's raining or whatever. And so I went out there to get those dream catchers, and stupid, there was something in those bags all wound up. Like the bags were all wound up, and then something was inside of it. And all I could see was this head like twitching at me.
Why?
like a snake right in front of the door, and I am freaking out. And so I actually walked across the street without any shoes on and went and got my husband because he doesn't know how to answer his damn phone. And so something in the garage, and I think it's a snake. He comes back over, and it's a freaking frog. He was like, yeah, a frog, Sally. You're afraid of a freaking frog. He was getting on to me because, I guess he's kind of saying, that I got him then, basically. But
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I am too. I don't like snakes. I don't like snakes either, Nikki. I know it was a frog, and I can handle frogs. I can hold frogs in my hand.
Yeah.
Even though they're jumpy and stuff, I can hold frogs since I was little, but I don't know. If I think it's even a snake, it's not going to be in my hand or anything.
Yeah, I don't like snakes
I'm going
either.
to be trying to get away from it,
Yeah.
This morning I went out there because I was wanting to put a box in the garage because it was left outside, and I knew that it was going to start raining and stuff. So open the door, and there's 3 frogs at my garage right off the bat. So I can get underneath the door, and that means that everything else can too. So I'm so scared because I have so much work to do in that garage. And for it to like be a hot day or something, and open that garage and maybe just like usher everything out of it, like like play music or something to where they're too scared to be in there.
Yeah.
Noise or something. And
Well,
the
like
frogs
Jack
aren't going to be one of.
said, snakes eat frogs and mice, so
Yeah, true. I mean, I can handle garter snakes. Only if like I'm not by them, if I know they're there, I don't care if he's in there. If it's a poisonous snake or something, I wouldn't want him in there. But bombing the outside of a house with and garage with mothballs, I heard doesn't really work. Actually, I heard something the other day from my boss at work. She told me peppermint oil, that mice don't like peppermint oil.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try that. That she has like a gang load of Christmas decorations, and last year the mice got into them and stuff and tore up a bunch of her stuff, and so she had to find some way to the mice out of there.
Yeah, you can get you can put mothballs you can get at the dollar store, so it'd be cheap to try, but it would be stinky.
Grandma Magic Classic says she uses mothballs underneath her deck and never sees any critters.
Yeah. I've heard mothballs are good, but I don't know. I've never tried it.
Tim says that they have a new bug, part spider, part scorpion, and it's harmless, but it's scaring people like crazy.
Ish. It was funny.
So dogs can't be around mothballs.
Oh, yeah, the dogs will eat them.
Yeah. I'm going to try the peppermint spray.
Yeah. Well, that was one time, but what Valorie said, try everything.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get rid of it. One
Yeah.
time, my brother came from Michigan, and his dog had fleas, and we ended up
Uh-huh.
having fleas throughout everywhere because we all conjure together in my family, and we bring our dogs and we do everything together, you know.
Yeah.
Well, these fleas went through like 5 or 6 households, and it was horrible. And we were having a hell of a time getting rid of them because I mean they were everywhere, you know. And we never,
Yeah.
I mean, all the years that I've had pets, I've had farm animals, I've had chickens, I've had ducks. I've never had fleas, ever. One little
Hmm.
goddamn chihuahua comes from Michigan and brings fleas and gives them to everybody. Anyway, I was so freaking pissed. And so I went to Walmart and I got absolutely every goddamn chemical you can imagine. And my husband, I spent probably a couple $100 on stuff.
Uh,
Anyways, what are you going to do with that? I said, I'm throwing everything at them. Either the fleas are going to be dead or the dogs are going to be dead. Either way, we win. I said, I am not going to deal with fleas. I'm sorry. Yeah. Needless to say, we don't have fleas anymore. That was
right.
freaking gross. I was so grossed out because, I mean, like I said, we don't really there's not a real issue with them up here, you know, because it's not hot enough.
Yeah. We get a lot of sand fleas.
Yeah.
And sand fleas, that's probably what that dog had because it
Well,
seems like really hard to get rid of. I'll use stuff on my dogs and we'll treat the carpet or whatever, all their bedding and everything like that. And we don't have a lot of carpet, so it's not that hard to do, but we'll get rid of them for a little bit and then they'll come right back.
yeah.
So I definitely think it's outside as our problem. And
Yeah.
I've used the same stuff that Valerie used on her yard, which is like 7 or something,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to really get rid of the bugs, And
Yeah.
I really think the sand fleas can that stuff because I think the fleas are just as bad outside. So,
Well,
um,
that's like our problem is ticks, um, but sometimes you don't always treat your dogs with the flea and tick stuff. You know, sometimes you laugh, or I do. Sometimes I've lapsed. You know, but
yeah,
let me tell you, ever since the thing with fleas, I don't lapse anymore. The
yeah.
flea shit has
Well,
ruined that.
see, I used let's see, I used Frontline
Yeah.
um on Fuzzy before this is before we even got the Chihuahuas. I used Frontline on him and it worked. Right at first it worked. And then after I think it was probably like 3 or 4 times that I got it and it lasts for like 3 months,
Yeah.
with the applications that we got. And so probably like it it helped and then it stopped helping.
Hmm.
Like the next time summer rolled around and we got fleas and help him, we'd put the front line on him and it wouldn't do anything. So, using other things, well, it seems like nothing works anymore.
No.
I mean, yeah, I don't know how safe it is for the dog either, but I mean, I know that my dad used to 7, like, um, put 7
That
right on the dog,
that
but,
Demasius Earth
yeah,
or whatever.
Demetria, that
I've
stuff
never
doesn't work either.
Huh.
It's supposed to. It's supposed to be so like sharp to
Mm-hmm.
insects that once the insects get in it, that it tears their insides up,
Yeah.
and makes them break apart or whatever. And I can use that stuff, and it seems like it helps like by the back door. It's kind of a mess. I put it by the back door, and I can see that there's dead like bugs on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that will die. But other than that, I can't see a difference in fleas because of that.
Huh.
I've used it on the end of our bed, like on the bottom part, because our box springs is on the floor. Um, I've used it on the end of that, and I used it on the floor and vacuumed it up, and it's does I don't think it works very well. But I know that like people use it like that have barns. They will use it. Like I remember seeing it whenever I was a kid and a young adult. I remember seeing it in the feed stores. People would put it out so that the bugs wouldn't get into their feed. But I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose say it's supposed to work for lice with chickens.
Yeah.
Is my sound better now?
Yeah, I don't have an echo or anything.
Okay. Because my phone was getting crappy service, so I'm trying to use my tablet.
Yeah. Magic Classic said that my grandson had a tick yesterday. My daughter freaked. I grew up on a farm, removed it, and told her to take him in to get tested for Lyme.
I was reading, or I mean, I saw on GMA that the tests are not coming out positive right away. That if you get tested right away and it comes back negative, you're supposed to wait a couple weeks and go back and get tested. Because Lyme's is not always showing up on the first test.
Right.
So tell your daughter that, Grandma. Magic Classic. I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
Okay. Hank Out and Cash said some people swear by Diatomaceous earth, um, diatomaceous earth, that's what it's called, for fleas and virtually any bug because of how it cuts into their exoskeleton and dehydrates them to death. Yeah. No. I mean, on my dogs, I've used it, around where, they sleep and stuff like that. And it doesn't seem to even cut it. And I hate bathing the dogs so often, but I almost have to bathe them every week. Uh, and I know that's not good for their skin either, and it makes their skin even more dried out. But I don't know what else to do, and I've used the stuff that you put on the nape of their neck, and I've used all that. It doesn't really seem, anything to work very well. Fleas are just overall worse than other things, or overall worse than all the other fleas. So
My brother's thing was he worked for he used to haul mobile homes.
uh-huh.
And they had an old mobile home, a junk mobile home that they had to go into, and it was infested with fleas. Well, it ended up getting on their clothes or whatever, and they brought them home, and they couldn't get rid of them because they were growing pot plants or something. The brother, or the
Wow.
son-in-law, was growing pot plants and wouldn't allow him to do whatever because he was worried about the pot plants. And I don't know. But anyways, I guess they got rid of them now. But after it wreaked havoc on our lives, I was pissed. Because like I said, I mean, fleas are up here. I mean, we get fleas up here, but I've never had a problem. I've never had them before. And, I mean, it's not a normal thing up here.
It happens to everybody here, you know, it's very normal place.
And I mean, we're very clean people, and I mean, we were cleaning and cleaning and cleaning and cleaning and everything. We could not get rid of these damn fleas. And I honestly think it was winter that helped us get ahead of it, because then they go lay dormant for the winter time. And I just never stopped using the flea medicine. Now they use that. I was using Frontline. Now I'm trying that stuff that they eat that you get from the vet. And that's like $40 a month for both dogs, which is it's kind of expensive, but you know, if it keeps stuff away,
yeah,
that's all that matters to me.
Right.
I'd pay $100 a month if I had to keep that stuff away.
Beth says for bathe them in Murphy's oil soap. It's all natural and moisturizes them and makes their coat shine. People use it on show dogs.
Never thought of that.
That's just for animals, right? Because whenever you said Murphy's oil soap, automatically thinking of that wood soap called
That's
Murphy's.
what I was thinking of.
Yeah, it must be for Beth. Is it for that? Oh, it is that. Like wood soap. I might have to try that.
I know a lug was itching real bad. I was giving him a bath here, and he was scratching real bad. And I started bringing him up to PetSmart and giving him a bath up there. You pay $10, but and you give it to him yourself. But they have like a walk-in tub. They have like this. They have the power hose, and you switch it like you do at the car wash. You know, a little knob. And you get them wet, and then you switch it to shampoo. They got this nice oatmeal shampoo, and you rinse them, and then you switch it to conditioner, and you do that, and you rinse them. And he hasn't, I don't know if I just wasn't getting the soap out of him or what, but he hasn't been scratching like that ever since I started doing that. So
we don't have one of those there. Smart or anything like that. Actually, we have one very little, it's basically a dog and cat shop. They do grooming there, and they have, you know, very little store items.
Yeah, we just got our PetSmart I suppose about 6 months ago. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, their stuff is expensive, but I love the bath thing. You know, I mean, I don't have to clog up my drains with his hair. And
yeah, Frankie's Fine says coconut oil, you got to be careful. You'll clog your drain really bad. Jack Smack says, hell, I got some neighbors that I like to take to PetSmart and bathe them that way. Nastiest house in the neighborhood.
Oh, shit, my dog's opened the door. I'll be right back. How'd you guys get the door open?
Yeah, I know. I've slipped on that too. Usually after I give the dogs a bath, I'm like soaking wet, and everything. And I'll usually just, go and get in the shower or whatever after I'm done with them. And man, I did that after I oil one time and slide and wow, that's a lot of money to tent your home. Yeah, I know this house we moved in twice because look at it. I was wearing white socks and tennis shoes. I went outside after I came in. I went outside and there was fleas all over my socks.
Yes.
You can literally see the fleas on my socks. And they're bad if they're jumping on humans. And we had them balmed before we moved in twice. And I don't think they ever treated the yard. So the yard was probably just as bad, and they didn't treat the yard.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you too. And that's the thing, I mean, like, for awareness. The other day, I was at my dad's house, and my nephew's got this new girlfriend, and she's got a few kids, and, it's dealing with the whole ex-baby daddy guy thing. Anyways, the little girl, she's about 5. She's just cute as a button. And she's like, Auntie Nikki, I had bugs in my hair, and she's shaking her head around, and I'm like, what? It's like, man. And she's like, oh, just yesterday my mommy got them out. And I was like, oh my God, And it's like, why didn't she tell us?
Yeah.
I know it's embarrassing, but come on, tell people when your kids got lice so that we can keep an eye out for it. I understand it's a normal thing for kids to get lice or whatever. And she's dealing with the whole baby daddy thing, and his other kids go to their mother's house and bring it back with them or whatever. Okay, I understand all that, but, tell people.
Yeah.
Because one time one of my nephew's kids, a different nephew, had lice, and which they picked it up at school, whatever, it happens. She didn't tell anybody. The kids came over to Grandma's house. Well, Grandma didn't realize that she had lice. She ended up in the hospital. And here she had lice, so the hospital's like, why does this old lady have lice? So then they're calling social workers and stuff saying, hey, this old lady's got lice and it's not been treated, and it's like, oh my God. So then I went and I treated her hair. We cut her hair and got it all fixed and everything. And she ended up with lice again, and when she was in the hospital, and they're like, okay, now this is twice now, So I went and I totally did her whole entire house and everything. And then she never had lice again, but it's like, come on, people, tell people before you bring your kids there, or don't bring your kids around if you know they have it, first of all.
Right.
Second of all, okay, I understand you don't know, you're not always checking your kid's head or whatever, but tell people when you do find out that you have it, because people need to know that stuff.
Yeah.
They, I mean, I'm always constantly checking my head now because I want to make sure I don't get it, And I mean, I haven't slept over there or anything, and I really didn't like hug the kids or anything, so I shouldn't get it. But still, I mean, you're going to be bringing your kids over. I mean, like I said, our whole family, we all conjugate, we do everything together. And,
right.
And, it's nothing for me to go over to my dad's house and brush my hair. It's my dad's house, I can go over there and brush my hair,
Mm-hmm.
And And what if she did? What if she decided, oh, I'm going to brush my hair at Grandpa's house?
Yeah.
Now we all got lice. I mean, that would be terrible.
I remember my kids, they got it like twice growing up because they were tote headed, they had that blonde hair and it seems to like, flock to that color of hair. And kids, they play so close together that, they would just get it from kids at school. And so they'd come home with lice and oh my God. I, I, and then I would get it, before I even found out I would get it. And then, so we'd have to like do the whole thing, all the sheets, all the beds get pulled and, have to deodorize and wash all the sheets and blankets and all the bedding. And, it was just a whole big thing, all the shampoos and sprays and all of that,
And
just lots of money.
Personally, me and my girls have never had it. We've never had it. A knock on wood. And I don't want to get it,
Yeah, you're lucky.
I don't know what it is, if it's luck or if it's our texture of our hair or what it is. I wash my hair every day. I don't know what it is. But I've never had it and I don't want it. I'm 42 years how old am I? 43 years old. I don't want to get it.
Yeah. And oddly, the title of the show is TV of Reselling. That stands for Thrifted Bitches. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, I don't think, I don't think it has to do with, the texture of your hair or anything like that. It's just,
I don't know what it is, but
whatever it comes into contact with, I think, it just goes for it. But I don't know. It was just awful. I know that it was just, very expensive and a pain in the ass, and plus it just freaks you out when you know that you got bugs in your hair. It's just, it's just awful. Let's go back to snakes. I had a snake crawl out from under the hood of my car at 45 miles per hour last year. That's crazy.
I would shit my pants.
I would too. Oh my God. That is nuts.
Jack Smack. People on the outside would see this conversation and the title and think, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Creosote in your hair for lice. Holy shit.
What is that?
Creosote, isn't that what they put on like railroad ties? That black shit they put on that black oil stuff they put on railroad ties?
I have no idea.
Ugh.
Karen says, I don't think they can hold on to fine hair.
Yeah.
I know that we have some flying roaches, or not roaches, but flying beetles. Oh, we have flying beetles here, and those things can get freaking huge. Like they're, and you just think of, if they can, like Like, I swear to God, whenever I go outside, it's almost like they say, "Oh, look, there's somebody in a pink shirt. Dive." And so they just ran. There was one day that I was walking back from the dumpster and into the store, and a June bug hit me right in the freaking glasses.
Oh.
Like, and it was like he was charging me. He just about knocked me over.
X-Max said, who was the one that said there was about a June bug being in the dip? Ick.
I don't know, but that's gross.
Yes. I remember one time when I was driving truck and I was down in Dallas and I was sitting outside visiting with some people on the picnic tables. All of a sudden something hit my chest. I was like, what the hell was that? And somebody says, oh, that was probably just a cockroach. I was like, a cockroach? And they're like, yeah, they fly. A flying cockroach. And I was like, oh my God, them bastards fly down here? Ew.
Mm.
We don't have cockroaches up here unless you're a pig. If you're dirty, nasty, then you get cockroaches. And so I was like, oh my God. So then I went to my truck and I was like, just grossed out. And I went to a Target distribution center. I think it was Target in Tyler, Texas. And I am telling you, my white semi truck was completely black from all the roaches that were there. They were climbing all over my semi. I was so scared to get out of my truck, but I hurried up. I got out of the truck. I hurried up, got out of the truck, ran, dropped my trailer, got back in my truck, and took off, and went to the nearest gas station. And I didn't even pick up a empty trailer like I was supposed to. And the next morning, my driver manager, he's like, so you can take your trailer. I said, well, I don't have a trailer. He's like, why not? I said, I didn't realize I needed one. I didn't want to tell him, I was freaking out about bugs, Anyways, he goes, oh, well, that's perfect that you don't have a trailer. He says, because you can pick up a full one at such and such a place. So it ended up working out good, but oh my God, I couldn't even imagine attaching to a trailer that had all these cockroaches in it, I was like, that is so gross. Oh, I was freaking out.
Okay, let's stop talking about bugs because I'm itching now. Queen City Picker says, shut up, I feel like stuff is crawling all over me. Yeah. Tim is changing the subject. Nintendo's Nintendo 64 games are selling big time. The 1990 games, also old Zelda, also since they have a new one out, sold 10 and 64 games yesterday, average price $18. That's awesome.
Nice. Way to go. Games around here. I mean, good games,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't find them that often. Unless they just throw them out. Or I find them at a thrift store. But even thrift stores, they're too expensive for me. I can't even pay like $3 or $4 for a game. I mean, I would if I knew that my return was going to be, 50 or 60, but just something that you really have to look up, because there's all kinds.
If I do find games, they're usually so expensive, I don't want to take a chance,
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, okay, so I had some, what are those called? Those little DSs or whatever, those little handheld games?
Yeah.
Well, I had, went to a rummage sale, and I know nothing about games. I mean, I like my Wii. I have the Wii and the Wii U. I love it. But other than that, I really don't know anything about games. And so I went to this rummage sale and I found these what are they called? DSs. And so I picked them up. They were like $5 a piece. And I thought, if nothing else, for $5 a piece, I can give them to one of the nephews or something, you know.
Right.
I put one up, and it took like months to sell it. I mean, granted, I only had $5 into it, so it was no big deal sitting around. But it took months to sell it, and everybody was offering me just these lowball offers for like, I don't know, like $22 or $25 or whatever. I mean, yeah, I made $20 off of it, but it really wasn't the return like I thought I was going to get out of it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, there was this kid that my son is friends with, and he wanted me to sell a bunch of stuff for him. Well, I put a whole bunch of games on, and they're PS2 games, and I had a whole bunch of the sports games, and so I allotted those together. And then I had, just some other random games, and so I put them up separately. I think 2 have sold. I think I probably have 20 or 25 of them. So they're not selling as fast as I thought they would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't really have that much luck with games, but I mean, we can't all sell the same stuff.
No.
I have another DS to list, but I haven't listed it yet. I mean, I will, but I haven't yet.
Yeah, I have my son has a PS2 and a bunch of games to go with it. And so I think I'm going to lot it all up. And, because it's just that much sweeter with a console and, controllers and stuff.
Yeah.
So if you have all that, then you can totally sell games and the console together and make it a better, sweeter deal. Holy cow, Todd. Todd.
I think you're talking about Valorie. She said, I'm in the dark. My video feed wasn't working. What happened? She's just off today because today's the year of her husband passing. So they're going to have a little doings. Hope she doesn't mind me telling. I think she told me.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah. So she's okay. She's just dealing with that right now.
Yeah, she's fixing her food right now and getting ready to go to that memorial for her husband. So that's why she's not on today, or why she's in the chat. She's in and out. Sherry, hi Sherry. Where'd you come from? I didn't see you in here. Sherry says Bolo on something that surprised me. Bought some old-ish enamel Disney pins at thrift shop on Monday for 50 cents. Sold them on Tuesday for $50. I think the valuable one was the Goof Troop, FYI. Well, thanks for that. I like hearing about stuff like that because, I come across a whole lot of crap, and you never know.
Silverhead's hair said about Financial Peace University. Yeah, most of those kits from Dave Ramsey sell good.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, yeah. I remember I had one I was going to try because I always liked Dave Ramsey. And ever since he told men to start listening to their wives. Anyways, yeah, I picked up a couple. They were in a $1 box and sell one. Well, then I realized how much they sold for. So I was like, well, I need financial peace by selling these.
Yeah.
My van is getting fixed.
It is.
It is. My husband ordered the part yesterday. He's gonna fix it. Because I just freaked out on him. I was like swearing and everything. I was like, you need to get my van fixed. My brother-in-law needs to get his own damn freaking car, and because
Yeah, it does.
my daughter has her car, and well, we bought the white car for her. Well, now I've been using it.
Right.
And well, she needs a different car. So I told him, I said, you need to get it fixed so I can give the white car back to Amanda. And then the red car, that's a piece of crap, we're going to give that to my brother-in-law so that he can get back and forth to work. And that should give him enough time to save up some money to get himself a better car.
Well, I don't see why you should have to give it to him. Why couldn't he pay you for it?
Well, I suppose he could, but I just for my what do you call it?
Sanity.
Freedom, my sanity and my freedom, and being able to do my business, it just makes more sense to just give it to him.
Yeah.
Done with it. The car ain't worth that much anyways. I mean, we only paid $400 for it anyways in the beginning. Yeah. And the car is really probably not worth much more than that anyways. So, I mean, it's really not a big deal. It's like, just give it to him, get rid of it. She needs a different car anyways because that one was crappy in the snow.
Yeah.
So we want her to have a better car in the snow. So we're giving her that white car, and then he's going to get her red car, and everything's going to be good. It was funny last night because we have, no insurance company sends you your damn cards anymore. Your insurance card, they send them to you on, you got to log in and print them out and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyways, I just switched the insurance because my daughter, they were raking my daughter over the coals because she's a newer driver, so it was going to cost her like $198 a month for insurance. I was like, oh, hell no, I'll put it under my insurance. So anyways, and so it went down from $198 to like $40 a month.
Yeah.
Anyways, I never printed out the cards because me and my husband have it right on our phone. Well, last night we brought the car to Gene, my brother-in-law, so he could drive home, and I just rode home with my husband. Well, on the way home, I guess he was swerving or whatever, and a cop pulled him over. He calls me at 11 o'clock at night, hey, where's the insurance? Well, I hear this cop in the background just screaming at him.
Oh my God.
I saw the letter because he saw an envelope in the car that had our insurance name on it, but it was under my daughter's name, and it was a cancellation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because I canceled it and put it under my name. And he's
Right.
like, no, I saw the cancellation letter. You guys are lying. You're getting a ticket and blah, blah, blah. And he was just freaking out. And he's like, and I was like, if you give me a second, no, I'm not doing court here right on the street. And I'm like, give me a second. I'll give him my login information. He can log in on his phone and show it to you. He wouldn't even listen to me. So now I got to go to flipping court to take care of this for my brother-in-law. I'm like, son of a bitch. The guy was just a total douche. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
I mean, I understand cops have a tough job and whatever. But I mean, you call somebody at 11 o'clock at night and you expect them to just come up with the information just like that. I mean, I was trying to figure out how to get the information to Gene so that he could show him, Right. I mean, it was like, come on, just give me a second, But Gene's kind of a hothead, so who knows how he talked to the cop to begin with,
Right.
Are you falling asleep on me? Am I boring you?
No, I need to go take a drag of a cigarette, wake myself up.
Okay.
You got a story?
I can figure something out.
All right. I trust you can do that.
I'm good on my feet. I'll just watch the chat or whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll hold the fort down.
I'll be right back.
No insurance, no ticket or insurance talk. LMAO. I have calmed down about it. Yeah, I mean, so he's given him a $100 and some ticket, and it's gonna be sent to him. So we gotta wait for it, and then you have to go to court, and the judge, he said, will knock it down to no proof of insurance, and it'll only be $10. Well, I just think the guy was a total jerk. I could have given my brother-in-law the information, and it could have been taken care of, but oh well. You doing a list it or pitch it show tonight? No. I'm hoping maybe next week is when I'm going to start it. The building is laying in my yard right now, waiting for my husband to put it up. He tells me that him and my daughter will be able to get that building up within 4 hours, but I haven't seen it yet. I'm still waiting for it. My husband is like way busy. Everybody calls my husband to fix stuff, and he works a full-time job, and we're getting ready for Steam Show. The whole building thing was supposed to be done before Steam Show, but apparently it wasn't. It's kind of a sore subject with me, but it will be up before snow flies. I told him. If nothing else, he will be out there in the snow doing it. So, I don't really have any stories, I don't think. So that show I wanted to do, I kind of stole the idea from the chat the other day. I think it was Hank Allen Cash probably came up with the idea. So I mean, if she would rather do the show, that would be fine with me too. But I just thought, that would be such a good idea to do it. A steam show. A steam show it's where we take old gas engines. You can see I have some videos on my channel of the steam show. You can of my daughter driving my dad's steam engine. It's where we take old tractors, gas engines, steam engines, old farm equipment, and every year we show people how people used to farm back in the day with that equipment. And I've been into it my whole life. My dad's one of the original members of our show, and we just go to shows all over the place. That was the reason why we had gone out to Pennsylvania this summer, was to actually go to a steam show. It was actually not really a steam show because I don't think they had steam, but we call them all steam shows anyways. And some of them aren't steam shows. Some of them, they don't have steam engines. Some of them are just tractor shows. They only have tractors and gas engines and stuff like that, but we just call them all steam shows. And then if you don't like that kind of stuff at steam shows, they almost all of them have like flea markets too. So it's a good place to go to flea markets. Steam show a lot. So anyways, back to this show that I wanted to do. Like I was saying, I kind of stole the idea from chat that day. We were picking on Sally about her pile behind her, and we were all saying that we should have a show. And I don't know if it was. And and I think it was Hank Allen Cash said that we should have a show like that. And so I thought, well, if nobody else was going to do it, maybe I should. But if somebody else wanted to do it, that would be fine with me too. But I just thought, it would be a good idea to help people. I was thinking, okay, we'd start out maybe with me. I'd have a pile of stuff, and you guys could help. I mean, I know what sells and what doesn't, but I thought, if you've got other people telling you, hey, don't hold on to that, get rid of it, or hurry up and get it listed or whatever, it might get people to get rid of their piles a little faster. So I thought, well, it would be a fun thing to do for all of us. I haven't decided yet if we're going to have a panel or what we're going to do. It's kind of a shoot from the hip kind of thing. So, and I thought, we could have guests on that say, that want to get rid of their piles. So if, somebody wants to come on and with their pile of stuff, we can do the live hangout like we do now, and we can go through other people's piles. So it might be a good way to help each other out. When are you doing Mothership Auction Show? That is going to be September 9th, I think. Let me just double check. Got on my calendar. Yeah, September 9th. Saturday, September 9th. He was going to have me on in August, but with steam shows and stuff going on right now, I didn't have time. But I told him by the 9th I should be good because I think because we have a steam show Labor Day, and then the next week we don't have one, but then the week after that we do. So I thought that would be perfect. I will. And I'll probably make a video of the stuff that I'm going to have on the auction show. That seems to be what people are doing. So, so I'll probably do that too. But I'll remind you when it gets closer. Yeah, exactly. Plus, we are all good in certain areas and what we sell and collect. We can tell people what to buy and not to buy. And my daughter kind of had a good idea because I says we were talking. I was telling her about the other day when we were talking about Wednesday being Wiener Wednesday. And she goes, well, you could have a little snippet on your show called Wiener of the Week. And you can find somebody on eBay who's selling like something stupid for some exorbitant price, or you could have like, or I said, or we could call, like if we had like a really good sale that week, we could call it the Wiener of the Week instead of winner, you know. But I don't know. I'm tossing ideas around. That's why I said not till next week. Yesterday I just checked to make sure that with my setup I could do hangouts, and I can. I had a little hangout with myself. And it worked. So, which is odd because yesterday when I did, usually I can't get the same things that everybody can get on their show, like the side chat and stuff. Well, yesterday when I did one by myself with myself, I could get the side chat. It was really weird. Wacky Wiener of the Week, only on Wacky Wiener Wednesday with Nikki. Well,
Wiener Wednesday, what?
Well, with that new show I'm starting,
yes.
My daughter, because I was telling her about our Wiener Wednesday, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and we were laughing, and she said you could have Wiener of the Week on your show. It could be like a little snippet of like you find somebody that's got something stupid for sale on eBay or something that for some exorbitant amount of money or something. It could be Wiener of the Week or something like that, you know.
Yeah, Beth said, so every Wednesday you should list one odd item on auction, and on the next Wednesday let us know how it did.
Yeah, it could be the Wiener of the Week.
That's funny.
Well, wiener is a funny word like fart. I mean, it makes you laugh when you hear it, you know.
Tara just had to warn me that her mic was on as Nikki's saying wiener and fart. So I don't know what you're saying, but all right. I'll watch it, guys. Keep it PG.
No way.
It's Wednesday.
This is my channel.
It's Wednesday. Of course we're going to talk about wieners.
This is my channel, and it's rated X.
It's totally okay to talk about wieners on Sally's channel.
We were on the boat yesterday, and Tara goes, I go, oh, it looks like a sausage fest. And she goes, no, it's just a bunch of kids. She goes, they go, oh, yeah, you're right. It looks like a cocktail wiener fest. Anyway.
That was funny.
Anyway, I can trash it up.
When you did the hangout by yourself, Nikki, did you learn a lot about reselling by yourself?
Yeah.
You like yourself?
I did. I taught myself a lot of stuff.
Hey, Poplar Picker, how was eBay today? Oh, it was okay, Nikki.
Well, the thing was, is that it was live on YouTube, and I told my husband, he's sitting there talking to me. I'm like, don't talk to me right now. I got to hurry up with this before people actually see that I went live and come and join, because they're gonna see me on there by myself talking, you know. But it all worked. It seemed to work. So I just have to figure out where to have it. I suppose I can go sit out in my garage and do it. I don't know. But my husband's like, oh, go ahead.
Hey, Gallon Cash says, when I watched the replay yesterday, Nikki said wiener within the first minute of the show, and I about fell out laughing.
I love that word, wiener.
Wiener, wiener, wiener.
Oh, God.
Chicken dinner.
Speaking of sausages, I have a date with my dad today to go get sausage. It's
I didn't know where that was gonna go.
I got your story about Nikki's dad's sausage.
I know.
No, we have every year is Spirit Valley Days, and in West Duluth, where I'm from, and they have the Italian American Club, and so we're gonna go get our sausage.
Yummy.
God, you don't sound like you're from the Upper Midwest when you say sausage.
Italian Club. So your dad's in the mafia too? Awesome.
Actually, you know, when my grandpa's right from Italy, and in West Duluth, you know, the mafia was actually kind of a big thing.
My grandpa's
back in the day. Huh?
My grandpa's from Sicily.
Oh, and I guess the mafia tried to recruit in that neighborhood, and my grandpa was like, "Get out of here! We don't want your kind here."
Oh, yeah.
Is a racist.
My grandpa resisted the mafia.
Oh, he didn't want them to crime.
My grandpa kind of went the other direction.
Yeah.
He was a Chicago cop, so it was pretty much mandatory. You had to be in the mob to be a Chicago cop back then. You know? It was on your application.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so my family kind of, well, I do have, there is talk that some of the family is in the mafia or was, but who knows?
Well, it's an organization, but I mean, it's not all crime. I mean, it's not like all hurting people. I think what it evolved into, to be honest, is the modern trade union.
Yeah.
It became a group of people working around the system in order to make it. I mean, they were immigrants that were in trouble. They weren't getting protection from the police that were there. They were racially they were separated out as being from not speaking English. They're easy to take advantage of and stuff, and they bonded together. And I guess it's like you get like the gangs and stuff in like Los Angeles. Some of that, I'm not saying that gang violence or crime is good, but there's a cause for it. And I think some of the cause is driven by isolating folks, being exclusive instead of inclusive, not accepting them. And what are you going to do? You need to band together. That's what it is. It wasn't. I'm not saying that crime is good or organized crime. Certainly, there's horrific things that happen. But I understand from my talking to my grandma. I never met my grandfather. He died when he was like 52, and that was before I was born. Yeah. But I do understand from talking to my grandma, though, how it worked. I mean, when he died, she got an envelope under the door once a month until she remarried. She remarried a couple years later, and as soon as it got around the neighborhood that she'd remarried, the envelope stopped coming underneath the door every month.
Huh.
But that wasn't from the police department.
No.
That was from the mob.
Yeah.
They were putting an envelope under the door because she was a widow of one of their guys.
Yeah. They took care of her. That's good. Well,
yeah, I mean, so it wasn't all. I mean, yes, there was bad things, but it's not all. But when people's like, the mob is horrible, it wasn't all bad.
No. And another thing is, people are like, the gang, blah, blah, blah. Well, the mafia was better than the gangs are now because the gangs don't give a shit who they kill. Whereas the mafia, they only killed the people that pissed them off. There might have been a few innocent bystanders, but but yeah, I mean, they only targeted people that pissed them off, or went against the family, whereas gangs nowadays, they don't care who they kill.
Yeah, it's been taken over by animals. Well, and it went to drugs. Earlier, earlier
Yeah.
crime was like you'd pressure somebody into hiring your nephew, or it was protection, or gambling, or prostitution. Not that prostitution's good or whatever, but now it's like now with drugs. I mean, you're just
it's a whole
you're turning people into junkies so they'll kill themselves so you can make a profit. I mean, what kind of person does that?
Yeah.
A person with not any kind of moral standards or anything like that.
Just like Jack Smack says, besides, sometimes there are some people that just need their knees broken that the law can't touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if the law is only protecting a certain group of the population, I mean, you had a group of the population in the turn of the last century that just was not being protected by the law.
And it feels
so eventually
like
they took over. It's the same thing with the trade unions. The reason unions, because people complain about unions, oh yeah, they get all these benefits and stuff. Well, that's because they had a push.
Yeah.
Companies were hiring thugs, hiring private enforcement agencies to come with baseball bats and literally beat people to death. Workers who are trying to strike for better working conditions, and so eventually, I think a lot of organized crime kind of evolved into unions, where you had a group of people who were not being taken care of by the system. They found by the trade union, they could band together and protect themselves. You can't really blame them. I mean, I don't think I have disagreements with some things about unions today, but I mean, I do understand where it came from. It's like when Native Americans complain, am I going to turn my land back over to the Native Americans? Well, no, but I do understand where they're coming from. I'd be mad too. We're living here hunting deer, having a good time, and you guys came over from Europe and basically took all your stuff. We're pissed, and they have a right to be.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You just gotta look at. I try to look at both sides. It's like it's like on eBay. You gotta look at it from the buyer's side. Like when you're doing a return, yeah, you're mad because it's getting returned. You're gonna have to give back that money, but the buyer's mad because they didn't get what they thought they were gonna get. So.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Well, the thing is nowadays, nowadays there's so many laws out there that unions aren't needed as badly as they used to be.
Yeah, I agree.
Back in the day, they absolutely had to have unions, but nowadays it's not as big of a deal. I mean, I'm not against unions. I'm just saying it's not as big of a deal as it used to be.
For me, it's specifically government unions. Unions for people who work in the government. I mean, the government manages everything. We vote for how people are to be taken care of. Like we have a social security system. We have entitlements for people who need them. That's all taken care of by our government. And we all vote. I mean, if everybody said, okay, there will be no more entitlements, and we voted them away, then they're going to go away because it's the people who rule the country. Or if we say we need more entitlements because there's people not being served, we'll vote in more entitlements. So I don't understand why, working for the government, why you should be treated fairly at work. You're working for the government, for crying out loud. Do you really need a trade union to protect you? Yeah. To me, unions should be pretty much just private sector, but I'm sure that's a nice hot political topic.
Yeah, that's a topic.
Subject. From dogs to wieners to the mafia and trade unions.
We're moving into religion right now.
No.
Maybe the shift into religion.
Sally's like, please, let's start talking about wieners again.
Yeah, let's go back to wieners and poop.
Yeah, what is wrong with us? It's totally acceptable to talk about wieners and poop, but don't you dare talk about unions.
No, don't do it.
I like footlongs. No, I like cocktail wieners.
No politics, no religion.
I'm going to have a hard time eating cocktail wieners again, by the way.
They make cocktail wieners out of different meat. Did you ever notice that those cocktail wieners, they don't taste the same as regular hot dogs. They got like this weird. They taste like what I imagine dog food would taste like. I don't dig those. Or like when you buy them when they have the little snacks where they're like pigs in a blanket or whatever. They're wrapped in like a bread and then you bake them. And you eat it, it's like this hot dog doesn't taste right.
Yeah, it just like falls apart in your mouth or something.
Yeah, I like cocktail wieners. I think they're good. Yeah, I'd rather eat a cocktail wiener than a regular wiener.
So you'd rather eat a cocktail wiener than a real wiener?
No, regular.
Regular hot dog.
No, I got it.
I know what you were thinking, Tara.
That's what the cougars say.
A couple of those cougars.
Said the cougar to every guy in the bar.
Yeah. Hey, my husband is older than me.
Okay. Well, you're not
I
a
have
cougar
always
till you
dated.
get divorced and go back out on the prowl.
I have always dated men older than me. Megan Carl agrees with you, Jim. They are weird.
Yeah, that's something. I watched that movie Sling Blade,
Oh yeah.
and he was always talking about, I'm going to eat me some powdered meat. So one that we're at Hodag, we're at this country fest or whatever. So we're like, just for shits and gigs, we're at the grocery store. I tell my brother, I'm like, Sean, get some of that potted meat. Let's try it. Oh my God. We put some on a cracker. We almost puked. I don't know what is in there, but it ain't meat. It's like soft and gentle toilet paper. It's not soft or gentle.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had that.
It's gross.
Yeah, potted meat is nasty. I wouldn't feed it to a cat, and I don't like cats.
Queen
I won't let a cat in the house, but I wouldn't feed it potted meat.
Queen City
Oh, and
Picker says,
clams.
oh no,
Go
clams. Queen City Picker says, I just heard from the kitchen. What are they talking about? You never know.
If you I like smoked oysters in the can. You know, you open up the can, you got those little smoked oysters, you poke them out with. I like them. You know, some people don't know what I like.
Yeah.
So we also got some when we were at Hodag. We got some. We got the clams, or we got the oysters. But we also got clams and something else. I can't remember what the other thing was. But anyway, oh my God, yeah, the clams. They taste like they're still in the lake. They got like this real muddy lake water taste. It's like, oh.
Oh yuck.
Yes, don't get those.
See, crawdads are like that to me.
Yeah.
I like crawdads a little bit, but they have that taste like lake taste.
And I don't like shellfish at all.
Yeah, because the crawdad, he finds a dead snail and he's like, oh, shibby, dig in. I mean, that's what they're eating. That's their job is to, clean up the lake. Yeah, I know. Clams, same thing, so. I guess I should have had that through before I bought it in the can. Because if I eat, linguine with clam sauce, or I eat, clam chowder, progressive clam chowder, it's delicious. I don't get any of that fishy, muddy taste. But you buy those clams in a can. Don't do it.
I remember this one time, I don't know if I ever told you guys this before, but me and my dad, we used to eat, it used to be a real big snack to have, a big treat to have kipper snacks. I loved kipper snacks when I was a kid. I'd sit on my dad's lap and we'd eat kipper snacks and peanuts and drink beer. He would drink beer. I'd get a sip once in a while. But anyways, back in the day when that was okay. Anyways, but you could never touch my dad's kipper snacks. You weren't supposed to touch those. Anyways, one day I went and I snuck a can out of the cupboard thinking I was going to get myself a real treat. And I snuck it outside and I was going to eat the whole can myself.
Oh boy.
And I cracked open that can and I started eating.
Yeah.
And here they were oysters. And they tasted like snot. I just about puked. I was just a little kid, I didn't know the difference. I thought they were all kipper snacks in that can, And here they were oysters and I just about puked them out. Yeah, I thought I was getting a real treat. Yeah, I got a treat all right. But
this sounds like
Queen City Picker wants to know what kipper snacks are. Isn't that sardine?
Kipper snacks? No, they're not sardines. They're like, what are they? They're some kind of fillet of a fish. Some kind of fish. I don't know what kind of fish it is.
Yeah, big
It's not
sardines. They're too big for the sardine can.
They're not sardines though. They're something else. They're like a flaky fish. They're really good.
Are they little mackerels or something?
Maybe. I don't think they're jack mackerel either, are they?
I don't know. I'd have to look.
I don't know. But
I don't eat that kind of shit.
Let me look it
a
up.
lot of people that have worked I've worked for and with that were of the Hebrew persuasion really did eat kipper snacks. It seemed like a thing, whatever. So when you're telling the story, it reminds me of something like Woody Allen would be telling or something in New York. Yeah, and then he stuck out my dad's kipper snacks. I said, "Oy vey, they're shellfish."
Kipper
It just sounds
snack.
like a Woody Allen story.
Kipper
It's not like
snacks are
radio
herring.
beans or something.
Other herring.
Oh,
Okay.
they're herring. Oh, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah.
I've
I
never
wouldn't
eaten
either.
them. I just see the cans.
Oh,
Me
I love
neither.
snacks. Yum.
I had a friend that she always had sardines in her cupboard. And, you know, it was like, okay, you know, we don't have very much, but we have these sardines. And she
Mhm.
didn't like them. And I tried them. And we never got fish at my house. Like, hardly ever. The only time we ever got to eat fish was when we went camping and everybody, you know, caught fish. But as you know, as far as you know, being a kid, I like craved that.
Mhm.
I craved fish, and so I would eat the sardines in ketchup,
Mm.
and they were all right.
Sardines are good with mustard.
I've never had them with mustard. I had ketchup.
See, when I was a kid, I used to have fish all the time. My uncle used to work at a fishery, and he used to just bring us crates of smoked fish. Oh, it was so good. Oh my God, I miss them days. Just having all that smoked fish all the time.
Jack Smack says the worst thing he's ever eaten is veggie omelet MRE. Puke it up and it looks the same as when it went in. Those are disgusting.
Oh, yeah. I think that's pretty much every MRE.
I don't know. Some of them are kind of good. I remember my brother when he got back he went to Iraq and stuff, and they had like a ton of MREs that he just took for free, and so he brought them home with him, and so we ate MREs, just kind of messing around or whatever. They were all right. We were trying all the different ones, and it was kind of all right.
Mhm.
I like the heat
It's different.
pack. They got that heat pack, and it says place against a rock or something. And that is the original. If you read the directions, that's what it says. Place up against a rock or something. I'm looking at him like, or something. Like anything else in the world, a rock, or just then why don't you just say put it up against anything? Who the hell writes these directions on these MREs? Funny. Anyway. Yes, I remember being when you ate them, you weren't hungry anymore. I'll give them that. I never ate one and thought, oh yeah, this is delicious.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I ate 2 bites. I am done.
Yes, I decided I don't want to eat anymore.
I was up at Farm and Fleet one day, and they sell some stuff for freeze dried food for camping or whatever. And I got the Neapolitan ice cream. I wanted to try it, and that was actually pretty good. It tasted pretty good. I mean, the texture, of course, wasn't ice cream, but it was crunchy.
Yeah.
But it was good. I mean, I really liked it, the taste of it.
And it was cold?
No.
Oh.
No, it's just freeze dried.
Oh, it's freeze dried. Yeah,
freeze dried.
Yeah, it's a weird consistency. It's almost like a milk flavored candy or something. It's weird.
Yeah. It was good though.
Yeah.
Jack says eat them for about a day or so, and you won't have to have number 2 for a week.
Hank Alley Cass said she's got some old MREs. We'll get them sold.
I bid on some real old ones, World War II
World War
ones,
II do very good.
and I bid them up. Of course, when I tried to look them up, there's no comparables on them, and I had bid them up to like $80 or something. And Jim's like, "I think you're bidding up too high," so I quit. This other reseller got them at the auction. He sold them for $220 to $250 per box, and he got 3 or 4 boxes of them. Yeah, that was a bonehead play of the day.
I talked her out of the divorce. We're still together.
That could have been a wiener of a week.
There you go.
Tara's like, I should have married that other guy.
But it's in the Rolodex, so if I ever see him again, which it probably I won't before I die, I'll know, hey, they're worth something.
Yeah, that was bad. I dropped the ball on that one. But Tara didn't say, hey, I told you so at all.
Well, then she got you back with the diamond horseshoes.
You have a Rolodex, Tara?
In my head.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's my brain. Yeah, I write down stuff. I carry it around with me to auction. Should I buy this?
I was thinking that you had an actual Rolodex with everything.
It was like a reference to my head.
I used to have the big metal thing you opened up, or yeah, it was metal and you had like a plastic thing you opened up and you had your Rolodex stuff, or you had like the business card. It was like a book with like a baseball card book, but it was all business cards and stuff. I remember those bad old days. And then about once every 2 or 3 years, you have to go through and like pull out the cards of everybody who was dead. You know, because you're in real estate, a lot of the realtors are like 70 years old. You know, when I get into it, you know, I'm in my 20s.
Remember the planners that came out? The ones that were electronic.
Oh yeah,
The electronic like planners and
or like those.
Yeah, you could put your contacts in them and stuff like that. It was kind of like having a cell phone, except you couldn't call anybody on it.
Yeah, or those stupid word processor typewriters that you would try to save a letter on, but it was such a pain. It took you like a week to get your letter formatted or whatever. Oh man,
right.
And if you try to do individual form letters for people, you know, so then you set up the file so it'll run different names through the thing or whatever. It takes forever to set up, and then you run it, and then you got this daisy wheel clacking these things out. You know, it was funny.
Yeah,
it'd take forever. You know, you're going through typewriter ribbons. I'm working for my dad. My dad's like, "What the hell are you using up all these typewriter ribbons?" I'm doing form letters.
Yeah, Palm Pilots. Yeah. Palm Pilots, one of them. Yeah, I come across one. Gosh, I have it somewhere. I haven't sold it. I haven't even listed it. But I have it somewhere. I haven't thrown it away or anything. I need to list it.
Did Palm Pilot like merge with Garmin or something? If I remember, I think because all of a sudden I think the Palm Pilots emerged where they had like GPS and stuff, and I think it was Palm and Garmin like together. If I remember right.
Maybe. Probably.
When I first started seeing Jim that first Christmas, I gave him a Palm Pilot for a Christmas present. I don't know what he got me. I doubt it.
I think I made you something. I think I got a hot glue gun and a baby food jar.
Popsicle art, popsicle stick art.
Popsicle sticks. I gave you a cocktail leader.
It's a gift that keeps giving.
Yeah, there's still people that carry those. I mean, I don't know why. If you have a cell phone, it does pretty much everything like that anyways, but maybe in case
you're a nerd.
That's how you know somebody. Really. That's how you know someone came here by time travel. Because when they appear with their Palm Pilot, it's like you're not from our time. Nobody uses us here.
They carry a slide rule, an old Texas Instruments calculator, and a Palm Pilot.
One of those pencil protectors in their pocket.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, some of them do sell, Megan. Yeah. I do remember looking it up, but I can't remember what it was or anything like that. But Blackberry Thistle Tea says, my parents have 3 refrigerators and a deep freeze. Why? 2 people cannot be that many.
No, and it's a cemetery for meat.
Yeah, don't woodchuck meat.
It's the meat goat. We used to get venison free from people. And it was usually around August, September. And my mom, oh no, it's not bad. She's like, oh, the kids just won't eat the venison. We didn't eat the venison because it was shot last November and it's been sitting in a freezer, poorly wrapped, and it's all freezer burn. It tastes like butt. You know, I let meat go maybe 3 months in the freezer and then just get rid of it.
Yeah.
And if you can't eat, you know, the thing with these chest freezers, I mean, there's no way you're going to eat all that meat in 3 months. By the time you do get to eat it, it's going to be like you're eating stuff on the pyramids or something, or like Nikki's ice cream. You know, it's been like dehydrated. It works for ice cream, but it's not work for like shellfish or.
Right.
or steaks or whatever else. Yeah.
Anytime we get venison, we make jerky because jerky goes like crazy fast in this house.
Yeah.
Everybody loves jerky, so.
Yeah, just don't buy more than you can process. I mean, even if it's on sale,
Yeah.
you know, how much it'll be on sale 3 months from now too, you know. It's the way the way the world works. Yeah, my grandma used to do that. She had 2 of those big, I call them the cemetery vaults. She had these 2 big 8-foot long, you know, 2.5 feet deep or whatever freezers that she had to lean down in to get. She'd have that. She'd clean those freezers out and defrost them. I mean, she'd have like, you know, this much frost on them, and a bunch of food just went right out to the dumpster. It's like, why did you? What did you say by buying that? So, yeah, don't do that. My opinion. I mean, I can't live other people's lives, but I learned from my grandma. That was the same grandma I got the bottle of scotch from that I drank it. I knew because she saved it her whole, you know, not her whole life, but from whenever she got it, she saved it from the time from my earliest memory, she had that scotch bottle. When she passed, my mom gave it to me, and I'm like, I'm drinking it. I'm not going to make the same mistake grandma made. And I enjoyed it.
Right. You only live once.
Yep. So anyway.
Might as well make it good.
Yeah, I had to jump on that freezer thing.
Yeah.
You pushed one of my buttons.
Yeah.
We had some old meat in our freezer. We cooked out Sunday. I think it was Sunday afternoon. We cooked out. This was a fun thing though. We took the meat and she's like, "Well, what do you do? Should we give it to, you know, toss it or give it?" I'm like, you know what? Because the dogs don't care if it's freezer burned. It was in the freezer. I mean, we grilled out our food, and then I grilled that stuff too, and we grilled it up. I mean, the dogs were like confused. They're like, "What the hell is going on? They're giving us grilled food. We're not getting hollered at or nothing." I can tell the dogs are like confused. Okay, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, they're getting like pork chops.
Yeah. Stuffed pork chops with their split, and they have stuffing in there, cranberry stuffing and stuff. The dogs are like, you can tell they look at us like, okay, these two definitely got senile. That was awesome.
Is it Thanksgiving again?
We had a big grill out party with the folks. It was fun.
That's funny.
There was a lady I was helping move, and she had one of these upright freezers, and when she opened it up, it looked like she stacked cordwood in there of meat. She's like, "Here, I'll give you some meat." I'm like, "All right." I'm like, "Yeah, they gave us some meat." Jim looks at it. Throw this shit away. It's going to be freezer burnt. Yeah, it was like 1.5 or 2 years old. He's like, "Throw it away."
Well, she don't eat meat, and I wasn't going to eat it.
Yeah, Jack Spack says that dog is thinking it's his last meal.
Yeah. 3 dogs. Yeah, they had stuffed pork chops, these barbecue rib things, boneless barbecue ribs, and something else. I don't remember. Chicken breast. Skinless chicken breasts.
Wow.
Jim's out there barbecuing.
Well, I gave some to the puppy, and the puppy, I walk it because we had her separate so she wouldn't fight with the other ones over food. But I walk in here, and she's got that piece of chicken breast. She's holding it down with one paw, and the other eye looking up at me like, "Don't even think about taking this chicken breast away." Don't even think about it, monkey.
How's your sales, Tara?
They were all right yesterday. I mean, I think I sold one thing this morning. I think I did like 250 yesterday, something like that. So they were okay.
Yeah, we had like 5.
Yesterday was supposed to be Family Fun Day. Okay,
yeah.
And this is sad when you have to plan Family Fun Day. But did you ever have it where you want to do something fun, and every turn you make, you have an obstacle that's keeping you from doing it? So we had a hectic morning. We're trying to get the boxes out. We had some stuff happen. Then I get a text. Yeah, I'm here. My horseshoer's here. I thought he was coming on the 8th. It's yesterday. So I'll go deal with that quick. Jim's getting the boat ready, blah, blah, blah. We got to be back here at 7 to meet somebody. So we have this like 3-hour window. We're trying to get this done and eat some lunch. So we go out on the boat. We're like, oh, yeah, the boat, our $69 boat is running great. We're having fun. We took a video of it, which we might upload. Anyway, for his parents, we videoed his childhood home and stuff. But anyway, so we're out of the boat. I'm like, it looks like it's gonna rain, Jim. Oh, you're such a Debbie Downer. I'm like, well, look at the clouds. It's gonna rain. So it starts raining. No big deal. We go back. We turn around. We're heading back in because it takes a while to go through all this no wake river zone. But anyway, so I'm like, just stop under the bridge. We'll wait for it to quit raining. Oh, there's too many people under the bridge. Let's keep going. Not 5 minutes past the bridge, the hail comes down. We're going through this, like getting pelted with gravel, and all you hear is like my kids going, ow, 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 because he has no on just a life jacket, and Jim's like, ow, 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 ow. I'm like, oh my God.
Threw a baseball cap. I mean, it's hitting me so hard in the head, I can feel it.
Yeah.
It was like when a person, when you're a kid, somebody walk up to you and ping you, you know, with their finger, like your ear, and it hit the ear open. That's how hard it felt. It was bad.
Oh my gosh.
It was just like one of those days. So we're going to try to go back out on the boat today so that we actually have like a full family fun day. So we're going to see how that
Right.
goes. Yeah. That's sad though, you know. Anyway.
Well, life happens.
Yeah, that's true.
We could have taken that $69 and went to an auction with it, but no, we had to buy a boat.
Yeah. Which is funny because on our videos, it is the boat. I think, did you do a video on buying that boat?
Yeah,
it's in one of our videos. So we took it out for a ride yesterday, and it runs great.
Okay, cool.
For $69, you couldn't go wrong. On eBay. Yeah.
Wow.
So if you want a cheap boat, go on eBay. Oh yeah.
I've been doing this thing where the last couple of listings that I've done, I've also put them on OfferUp.
Oh yeah.
Since I have the pictures.
How's that go?
Well, I haven't got anything yet, but I mean, I have stuff in it, but
yeah, my offer up here sucks.
How urban
I'm
are
hoping that
Sally,
there's some people connected. Huh?
Are you near like a metropolitan center, like near a big city? Are you in a big city?
No.
Oh, so
She's
you're
in
No.
northern Lower Peninsula. I mean.
Oh no, like
Downstate.
just under the trip.
About an hour. Are you about an hour south of the bridge?
Oh, an hour and a half.
Oh, that's better. Yeah.
That's probably about where we bought that pellet stove.
Yeah, you start getting up there in
Actually-
the upper Lower Peninsula. Oh man, it is. Yeah, it is pretty rustic.
Actually, like 2 hours, probably.
Oh wow. Yeah,
I've never been to the bridge before.
You've never been to the bridge?
I've never been up that way. No, I gotta
You've never
go.
been into Have you ever been
I
into
kind
the
of don't want to go.
No, she hasn't been
No.
to the bridge. How did she get to the UP?
Oh man, they got like they have like 200 waterfalls in the UP.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I mean, it is. I mean,
I've
I
heard.
like Wisconsin, but Michigan and UP, I gotta say, it is beautiful. I would not want to winter there, but I mean, in the summer, it is beautiful. And I live here. I mean, I live in the middle of a forest, and I think it's beautiful. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. It's pretty here, too. But I've seen pictures and everything of some stuff up there. I kind of want to go, but it's not like I want
I will say,
vacation there or anything.
yeah, it's worth like us. Like we can drive to the top of the UP and be there in about an hour and a half. It's worth going to. They got a lot of like mines you can go tour. You got like the Glass Bottom boat tour. You got the Superior Lake Shore. Sault Ste. Marie, which I've never been to. Which actually I would like to go Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah.
St. Ignace on the north side of the bridge is cool. They got it's worth going to, and it's a cheap like weekend thing you can do. But you work a lot too, so it's probably hard to get off.
Right.
Well, this boat trip we just took was our second boat trip, and we live 3/4 of a mile from a boat landing. It's just we just been so busy this summer, we just couldn't do it.
Right.
And even when we tried to do it, we put aside a day, and then we still couldn't do it. We were only out on the boat
An hour.
An hour maybe? You gotta come back in. It was ridiculous. You'd think we're like brain surgeons or something where people like depend on us.
Yeah, we're shitty junk dealers. We can't get any time off.
Yeah, we're the kind of people when we open up the mailbox and look at the bill, we're like, oh crap, you know. We're those people, you know. Why do we have no time? It doesn't make sense.
Blackberry Thistle Tea says someone here suggested the resell killers. They are really cool and they are killing it on OfferUp. Yeah, they do really well on OfferUp. That's where I got the idea to do OfferUp, but I don't know if it's going to work out because it all depends on how many people.
The YouTube
location exactly, and they're in California, probably in LA or something. You know, they're probably really close to LA or one of those little towns. So, you know, you never know unless you try, you know.
Yeah. I've been using that Facebook selling sites, like my local ones and stuff, and actually I do pretty good on them. Craigslist has really gone down here.
Yeah.
OfferUp and Let Go suck here. But maybe you gotta be in more of a urban area for that stuff to work. And like I said, I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Right. Yeah,
that's why I asked that, Sally, because it seems to me like people that I've talked to that do really well on that stuff are not in rural areas. They're more in like metro centers, you know. They got better population base.
Like Florida and stuff like that.
But I will say the Facebook pages do good, like the Facebook garage sale pages and stuff like that.
Yeah. I just figure I could see that there's some, you know, some people in my area on OfferUp, because that comes up whenever you start, you know, listing stuff, and you know, it's putting other pictures and stuff on my feed, you know, of people around me. So I just figure, you know, if there's other people that have their stuff up there, then, you know, they're seeing my stuff. So
more lines in the water, more chances for a bite.
Yep. That's it.
I'm back. That's where I've been doing really good lately on my local stuff is Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been doing okay on Facebook too. Sold the ice maker last week for $75, and sold a helmet for $10. You know, just little stuff. But you know, I mean, the more you list, thing is that on our sites you can only have posts at a time. Like if you have one post that you have, or if you have like 4 posts, you can't do any more. They want you to like combine them all together.
Huh.
So
I really want to get an enclosed trailer.
you want to what?
I really want to get an enclosed trailer.
Yeah. How come?
Well, because then I can haul my stuff without it getting wet if it rains.
Yeah.
Or if it gets shitty out.
Yeah, you can stop at a restaurant and eat, and you don't have to worry about rain breaking out. And you're sitting in the restaurant eating, watching all your furniture get rained on. That's great. We've done that.
or like now next month I'm gonna do the flea market at our steam show. And luckily it's not that far away from me, so I can make a few trips, but it would be really nice to have an enclosed trailer so that I can start now loading the stuff up, so it's not like a big mass. Oh my God, let's get this stuff loaded, you know?
Yeah.
I could just slowly but surely get the stuff in there and.
When we had the box truck, yeah, we never unloaded it really. We take it. We had our flea market inventory with us when we took it to auctions. We just added to it.
Yeah.
You know, and then when I was usually I do it at the flea market. I would sort the stuff that we bought and put it into totes and price it while we were at the flea market. But yeah, we did our whole like business out of that 15-foot box truck. It was a box truck. The box itself was 15 foot long and like I don't know what 8 foot tall.
Yeah,
inside. Whatever 8 foot whatever something. No, I think something like 8 foot across.
8, yeah.
Anyway, it was
awesome. It had a big garage door and a ramp. You had a ramp to walk up and down, and then the garage door. And then when you're done, you just shut the door.
Yeah, I had like the money. I had the back of the trailer. I had like my money box and all that stuff. I could count up money. I had like a little office and way in the back of the thing or whatever. Like while Tara's manning the tables, I'd be, doing the money and stuff. It worked out great.
Yeah.
For a flea market, they're awesome. Yeah, or an enclosed trailer, it'd be the same thing. Yeah. I mean, you just run your whole business out of that box.
Yeah, we had shelves set up and everything was toted, and then when we pack up, everything would go in totes back on the shelves.
Yeah.
Anyway.
People would come by, they'd be like, "We're so sorry for you. At the end of the thing, you have to wrap all that stuff up." I'm thinking to myself, "Yeah, I'm sorry for you too. We just made $700, and you guys are lucky if you made 100. With your little, nothing."
Yeah. And really, we'd sell so hard. By the time we had to pack up, I mean, we probably
exhausted.
Had 3/4 of it sold.
Yeah, but we were war. I don't think I could go back to doing it. I mean,
it was a lot of. And the money started going down at this flea market.
Yeah, we had a ramp. I'm running furniture back and forth on a dolly up and down the ramp every day and stuff. It was a lot of work.
Well, it's just the one flea market once a year that I do. So I mean, it's not that big.
We used to do them every Monday.
Well, Monday, Tuesday. Sometimes Wednesday and
but
Thursday.
By the end, we were just Monday.
Yeah, by the end, because the flea market business just started to dry up when gas prices went up.
Especially
it really hurt them. And now they're back down, so it's probably getting better or whatever, but I ain't going back to it. I can tell you, working from the living room is a hell of a lot easier than working out of a trailer.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it is a lot of work. I'm kind of dreading it because it's so much work, but.
It was fun. You got to shoot the breeze with people and stuff like and I'm not really a people person, but some of the people were mildly interesting or whatever. It was kind of fun to get out and do something. Where it's just you're kind of in a cave a little bit.
Yeah.
People ask me like, "Who do you know in town?" No one. We never leave our house except to go to the post office or to auctions. And all our auctions are in different towns. We never go to auctions in our town. At a minimum, we travel 20 miles for most auctions. So we don't know any of the people at the auction. They don't like us because we outbid them on it. We're those people when we walk into the thing and go get our number, you can tell people like just giving you a look like, "Oh God, not those people." People come up to us and tell us, "Oh my God."
The people have come up and told, because we'll get 2 of the same number. Jim has a number, I have a number. And they'll be like, "Well, that's not fair because you guys got 2 numbers and 2 sets of eyes to look at stuff. That's not fair when you're bidding." I'm like, okay.
It's not fair.
I don't know. It's stupid.
Yeah, deserves got nothing to do with it. We're predators. We're here to take you down. You're an antelope and we're a whatever. Animal that eats other animals. What we do.
Have you been watching those Resell Killers?
No, I've never watched them. Are they good?
Yeah. They do a lot of offer up, but they've done eBay. I mean, they do eBay too, but they've done a lot of offer up.
I think one of the shows is going to interview them or something.
It's just funny.
Yeah, that's what somebody was just saying.
Oh, maybe that was
about,
yesterday. Yeah.
Today,
somebody was saying that they're supposed to have a show today at 4 on Garage Flip's channel.
Yeah.
Well, I hope to be out in the boat, so I'll have to catch you.
Yeah, we're going to miss that one. Nacho.
It's just they're not like a lot of people with a big show and everything, that's what I like.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yes, I think sometimes when people do YouTube, and this is not meant to be shitty, they get a big head. It's like, I'm a reseller, I do YouTube, but look at me. They get kind of arrogant maybe a little bit.
Are you trying to give out information or are you trying to get subs?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all one is my concern.
Right.
Are you like it, or are you doing it because you think it's gonna be another stream of income? And I can tell you, YouTube's like reselling. If you don't do it because you love it, you're not gonna be successful at it. If you're doing it because you think it's gonna be a get rich quick, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah. I think it's mildly fun to do some videos and stuff, and Jim's parents like to watch them and stuff. Whatever we need to get, like, is it important for me to have a lot of subscribers or make money on AdSense? No, not really.
Yeah, we're never gonna.
I would never.
Have an
Yeah,
intro or
we're never gonna do a live show, any of that stuff, because it's just too much work. And I'd rather put that work into selling on eBay.
Right.
I want to do a late night, like night sound show.
Oh,
Right, because if you put too much into it, you're either doing eBay or you're doing YouTube. You have to find a happy medium there. If you're planning on still doing eBay, you need to do your eBay. You can't just do all YouTube stuff, have 5 shows a day and and not work. That's not doing anything for you.
Yeah.
You just want to do YouTube.
Which is cool. I mean, if that's what you want to do, it's just not me. To me, I'd rather just do it kind of like for fun. And if people like them, cool. And if I never have more than like 20 subscribers, I don't really care. It's just for fun.
Me too. YouTube's fun for me.
Yeah.
But I thought with that show, I never thought I'd do a live show either, but I thought with that show, that might be kind of fun.
Yeah, and that's cool, Nikki. But it's just like me. I mean, I just don't see myself like it. When I think about it, it's like, oh my God, that's almost like getting to be like work now. I have to set up a hangout, do a show, think of content, blah, 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 entertain people for like an hour. Now it's too much like work.
Yeah.
That's me. But you're a good talker. See, I'm just not that good of a talker. And you do need a little bit of the gift of gab if you're going to do a YouTube show.
Yeah.
I'm not a total yapper, but
Yeah, you're better than me. I mean, like,
I can talk. I don't know.
I don't know. When I was younger, I was really shy, so I just don't see myself being that good of a conversation. Or like, you like these YouTube shows where you'll have only one person there and they could just like take questions off the chat and like hold a conversation with like just the camera. I could never do that in 100 years. Jim could probably do it, but not me.
Oh yeah, your question reminds me of this time I was in a bar parking lot. I could talk to a dial tone.
Yeah.
Oh, we got another coat.
Are you going to be a guest on my show?
Sure. Now I gotta find some crap. I gotta have like good stuff and bad stuff.
What is it, like a quiz?
It's list it or pitch it.
Oh, well, we got plenty of pitch.
List it or ditch it.
Oh, list it or ditch it.
Well, you can take it. You can take the camera right out, or take the laptop. I'll pull the garbage trailer right up to the house, and then you could just walk out there with the laptop and face the laptop of the garbage trailer. And this is pretty much also because that's what we've been doing. We've been going through that building and taking out trailers of junk.
We're just sorting stuff that ain't worth selling or whatever. We're just like, got a trailer and it goes in the garbage trailer.
Because we got that guy back on us now that we weren't going to sell to. Well, now he's like, I don't know if it's going to work yet anyway, but he's saying he'll pay it, so now we got to do this all over again. So we're doing this.
Oh, that was the other call yesterday too. Like on our family fun day, then that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want your money. We just want to go on our boat.
Yeah, we just want to have fun today. No, well, what Tim said is, if you want to buy it all, this is the price. Don't come and offer me less, blah, blah, blah. This is the price, this is the price, this is the price. This guy owns a huge junkyard here in Eagle River. He does scrap metal recycling. He goes, it's like if I bring you aluminum cans and the price is 45 cents a pound. That doesn't mean I'm going to get 50 cents a pound for them. This is the price. And then, so we didn't hear from him. And then we're like, well.
I thought I scared him away. I was hoping it.
Bull crap or whatever. Pardon my French. And then, of course, yesterday, this was one of the calls. Hey, you really want us to come over and see the rest of it or whatever? And I'm like, all right, well, I guess we'll have to do it then.
What is that you're folding up there?
It's a shirt. I went to an auction, and I think this lady might have shown Western Pleasure horses. It's like a sequence jacket. It's all sequence. Wow. You know, it's all shiny. And so I bought them for $1 a piece. I probably bought like 4 or 5. I don't remember what I sold this lady 2 of them. So she paid about $25 a piece for them. The other one's a different color. But I advertised them in, you know, for Western Pleasure, because I'm not a Western Pleasure person, but I know that some of these people wear these really glitzy, blitzy shirts when they show horses. Anyway. And it's kind of like a jacket. It's not a long jacket, but it's not a crop jacket. It probably is like waist length.
Almost like the Matador.
Well, yeah, it's royal and it has that gold on it. I would just call it just a blingy jacket. I wouldn't necessarily say it's like Matador, but it's not by like any kind of show horse brand. They're not like Hobby Horse or anything. They're made in India. They're just some kind of regular brand. So I wouldn't say it's like horse showing wear, but you could definitely sneak it through, I think. Anyway. Will we lose Sally?
I don't know. Maybe she went to go smoke.
I'm still here.
Yeah, she's working, I think.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh.
I think I'm gonna shut the show down though. Because I'm gonna work a little bit longer, but then I'm gonna go to bed. So I'm tired.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Sounds good. Bye.
Everybody have a good day. And we'll see you tomorrow. I believe Valerie's going to have the show on her channel tomorrow.
Cool.
As far as I know, that's where it's going to be. So you can look for hers tomorrow. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good day.
Bye, everybody.
Cha-chings.